Good morning. I'm Ken Young. My full name is Kenneth R. Young, Jr. I was born August 25th, 1945. I've been involved with First Presbyterian Church all of my life. My parents were members of this church, active members of this church, and so were my grandparents. I think my grandparents became, when they moved from the farm into Sumter after a fire, that was in the late 1920s or early 1930s. I'm not quite sure which. And they bought a house or built a house right over on Church Street, just a couple blocks over from the church. Began coming to First Presbyterian Church. They were very faithful members and made sure that all of their 6 children were faithful members of this church. My father was in World War II. He fought with Patton in Germany, and when I was born, he was still in Germany. And my mother had gone back to her home in Trenton, New Jersey, and that's where I was born. But when I was 6 months old, Daddy came back from the war, back to Sumter we came. And the family has been involved with this church ever since. My grandparents died and moved on. My father was busy, had grocery stores here, and was very busy for a number of years. But later in his life, he became very active in the church, as was my mother. Always said that Catholics make the best Presbyterians, and my mother was a Catholic, but she became a pretty good Presbyterian. Like I said, I was raised in this church. Sunday schools, church was just a thing that we did as a family. I went off to college, and then when I got back from Vietnam, brought my wife here, and we began participating in First Presbyterian Church as well. Brought our children here, and as our children were growing up, we taught Sunday school for their age groups. So when they were in the first grade, we taught first graders. When they were in the 12th grade, we taught 12th graders. Sharon was active in the circles. I was a deacon, an elder. Part of the time I was clerk of session for 3 years. Very active part of the church at that time, going through a number of ministers and stuff like that. Our church used to be filled with people. I can remember the days when we, as deacons, used to have to put chairs down the aisles on both sides just to have enough room for people, particularly at Christmas or Easter and stuff like that. It seems that the world has moved away from being churched, and now you meet so many people of the unchurched. But we've got a situation here where we've got an opportunity, hopefully, to find a new pastor and to move forward and get our numbers back up to where they used to be. At one time, when I became clerk, there were 1,600 people, or units, as they call them, on our rolls. But it hadn't been purged in a while. And I purged it as we were supposed to do and got it back down to 600 at that time, which were active members of the church, which is a pretty good-sized church. I'm now the trustee of the church, and hopefully we can get us back active again. I'm pretty sure we're down to our core group now, and so we got nowhere to go but up, as far as I'm concerned. And I think that's exactly what we'll do. The people who are here now, they're not going anywhere. And they'll be here until the day they die. I know I will. But our church has got an opportunity to reach out into the community. We do a lot of good work in the community. And we've been active in that, and for food for the children after school on the weekends. We've got United Ministries that we've been very responsible. This church has been responsible for a lot of good things in this community that have helped a lot of people. And I think we're getting back into that mode now, and we'll be moving forward. This is a solid, good church which sticks to its values and is Bible-oriented church. And I think that when we reach out and touch somebody, they feel the love and know that we care about them. we got a lot of room to grow, and hopefully that will take place in the next few years, certainly in the rest of my lifetime.